Now, in this part of the practice, we will go through a practice called the body scan. And before we begin, we'll just throw in some intentions. An intention that this practice will allow us to experience the very life that flows within our body, that stillness, that exists in this present moment. This life force, which requires no battery, but somehow receives its life or its energy from the food and the drink that we consume. All kinds of different foods, plant life, and other forms of life that grows on this planet. And even if you do eat meat or fish, the meat and the fish somehow derives its nutrition, its food from some plant life that comes from this planet. And the plant life somehow receives its energy from the sunlight, from the atmosphere, from the water. And as we experience this life that flows through our blood, through our breath, we begin to understand our connection with all that is, with the planet, with the life on the planet, and so much more. And so it becomes a very curious and interesting practice. As we begin to understand that this very same life force, could it be the very same life force that allows the planet to sit at this position, this perfect distance from the sun, where oxygen and water and the perfect amount of sunlight reaches our atmosphere so as to enable all of us to live in this way? That energy that lights up the sun and the stars. And so many teachers have spoken about how just by understanding ourselves, just by understanding this life within ourselves, many of the mysteries of the universe begin to unfold. And so let us begin with our bodies as the test tube and begin exploring. And because the source of everything appears to be light, the source of our nutrition and the source of our energy, the light that is absorbed through the plants, into animals, into our bloodstream, let us imagine this awareness to be a light. And let us bring into this light certain qualities, the qualities of ease. Because where there is ease, the immune system rises. the immune system surfaces. And so in this light there is ease, there is healing, there is kindness, there is gentleness. And what other words would you like to describe this light as containing? And so let us begin with that space just above the eyebrows and in between the eyebrows, bathed in this light of awareness, experiencing the life within the skin, within the muscle and within the bone. This light of awareness that brings ease and comfort as the skin begins to loosen. The skin that seems to somehow connect itself throughout the whole scalp region. And so with your mind's eye, allowing this light of awareness to spread throughout the whole scalp, throughout the whole head, the sides, the back, the front, and then like a warm and comfortable oil massage, feeling it soak through the scalp, through the skin, through the hair follicles and into the bone, and through the bone and into the brain. This most complex of biological computers that has ever existed in this whole planet. This precious brain allowing this light of awareness to soak itself through the whole brain, releasing the need to perform any functions. Knowing full well that the brain, it tirelessly works in the background to keep all our bodily functions working perfectly. And so we allow this light of awareness to move through every single neuron within the brain, all the way down to the lower part of the brain, the stem which connects to the spinal column. And allowing this light of awareness to now inch its way down the spinal column, vertebra by vertebra, understanding full well that the whole spinal column and the brain are connected in a very deep way. Vital fluids, electrical pulses and energies. See if you would like to stretch your spinal column somehow. Align the vertebrae to enable the fluids and the energies to comfortably and easily move through, repairing, healing, releasing. And now this light of awareness, allowing it to spread from the spinal column, allowing it to spread from the brain into all the surrounding areas. If you'd like to start with the upper parts, then allowing it to reach into the eyes, the back of the eyes, the eyelids, spreading throughout the facial muscles, the jaws, the tongue, and then down the spinal column, throughout the neck muscles, all the muscles in the upper back, the shoulder, allowing your shoulders to relax themselves and drop themselves under the weight of the arms. The spinal column. Imagining if the spinal column was a roundish shape, if you were looking at it from the top, then feeling the light within the spinal column, this light of awareness spreading wider and wider so that it inches its way, bathing the organs, the muscles in the lower back, the digestive system, almost like a spinning disc, comfortably soothing, relaxing, bringing ease and healing to all the cells of the body. Focusing on the word ease, focusing on the word comfort, because where there is ease and comfort, the immune system surfaces, it rises, it repairs, it balances. Noticing your whole upper body bathed in this light of awareness, which now spreads into your arms, through your elbows, all the way to the tips of the fingers. Almost as though you were feeling the light coming out of one palm and reaching into the other. This light of awareness gravitating downward through the whole pelvic region, down into the legs, through the knees, into the calves and the shin, the ankles, and then the feet, which carry us tirelessly throughout our days. And so we feel the comfort of the toes and the soles of the feet, allowing this warm, comforting and soothing light to bathe all the tiny bones within the feet. Allowing this light of awareness to bring balance to the cells within the knee. If you have conditions that may be related to arthritis or your nerves, just letting go. Perhaps a suitable word would be to simply surrender and let go. Allowing your immune system to take over. And now you become aware of your whole body sitting here. Breathing. Your body already become a light of awareness. A body filled with light. And then what are the other qualities of light? It does not discriminate, does it? It falls everywhere equally. Even in those areas where there are shadows, the earth moves, and then the shadows are covered by light. Somehow it magically happens. And so now we release this light, releasing the need to contain it within our body and allow it to blend into the light that surrounds us. The light entering in through our windows, or if you have any electrical lights on in your room, allowing it to blend. Because light is really the absence of darkness. That's all it is. And so it blends, one light blends into the other, and so A moment ago we spoke about how during this practice we are all sharing something very special called the present moment. Allowing this present moment to be filled by this light, so that this very light reaches each and every one of us, joining in this practice, and everyone else in between who isn't, reaching our loved ones, our pets, those whom we know, those whom we don't know. Releasing the need to be tied up by those labels and definitions. And I'm referring to the way in which we see some people as family members and others not. We see some people as friends and others as strangers. But now even these labels, we release them and allow this light to reach each and every human being, animal, insect, all forms of life that exist in the air and the skies, the birds, the eagles, spreading downwards throughout the surfaces of the oceans and within the oceans where there are countless other forms of life. Releasing the need to contain this light in any way, or allowing it to reach continents, islands, oceans, mountain peaks, and the space that surrounds this planet. The life that surrounds this planet, that somehow keeps the moon in its place. It keeps this planet rotating the way it does. Could it all be linked to the life that keeps our hearts beating, that keeps our lungs pumping, and our bodies breathing, and our blood flowing? We release the need to understand with our mind, stepping outside of our minds, which simply means stepping into the present moment. Allowing this awareness to spread past planets, past suns and stars, into that space which scientists have yet to even begin discovering. What are you imagining right now? The reason we step outside of the mind is because our imaginations are limited by what we know. And therefore we step back into this present moment. We notice ourselves sitting here. We notice the flow of breath through our nostrils. We tap into this present moment, outside of our minds, and just experience this presence, this awareness. This life within our faces, in between our ears, within our necks, within our beating hearts, within the blood that flows through our veins, that allows us to hear, that allows us to see and taste and smell. And in a moment, we will hear the sound of the final bell in today's practice, which will indicate the beginning. The beginning of the process whereby we carry this awareness with us throughout this day, sometimes getting lost in thoughts, but now with a better understanding that we can tap into it the moment we become aware that we have fallen out. Experiencing the world around us in a completely new, kinder and wiser way.